Hey guys, it's me, Jenna, and today I'm going to be talking about femininity. And it's going to be talking about, I'm going to be talking about what it means to be truly feminine, because I think our society has it so backwards in what we consider femininity. So, because our society tends to think these following things I'm going to listen define femininity, but they don't. Makeup. We think that, women that wear a lot of makeup, we think that they're feminine, and, women who don't wear a lot of makeup, we think that they're, a quote-unquote tomboy. Fashion trends, same thing here. Shaving legs, we associate shaving legs with femininity, a social expectation that women are supposed to shave their legs, and if they don't, they're judged for it. Being sexy, who has a bigger butt, or who has bigger boobs, and who has the nicest body, and intentionally dressing provocatively. These things, I think they're a corruption of the way that women are supposed to be. And I think that there's a much deeper things that are going on here that I'm just going to discuss. So anyway, I have never fit into these mainstream ideas of what it means to be feminine. And a lot of people have made fun of me, especially in school, because I was not the typical teenage girl. I was different. And people made fun of me because I didn't fit these artificial standards. I've even been called a she-male. I know I'm sorry to be graphic, but it's the truth. I've been called that because I didn't fit these standards. And I just believe that femininity is defined by character. I think that, for one, there are certain traits that I think are more commonly expressed in females. Like a deep empathy, being nurturing, compassion, intuition, sensitivity, meekness, gentleness. I think these are expressed in a more meaningful way in females, if that makes sense. Because, obviously, men can have these qualities too, but I think they're expressed more in females. I think it would be silly to say that there's no gender differences at all. I think that's pretty silly. But the point is, I think that these qualities are part of what defines real femininity. It's defined in character. And then pregnancy would be the main one, because this is definitely feminine. And it's actually an unimaginably beautiful gift to be able to bring humans into the world. The fact that one cell can grow into a full human being with their own consciousness, personality, essence, and DNA uniquely their own is just amazing. Ponder how amazing it is that you exist. This amazing mystery of consciousness. The fact that you're conscious and aware, you can think and feel, all the joy that you felt in your life, the times of sadness, the new things you learn each day, the happiest moments, and everything in between. It is amazing you even exist, right? This is why I think that pregnancy is so incredibly beautiful. Bringing new humans into the world is so marvelous, and if we really, really, really ponder the sanctity of life, it's something that can't be described. And I think that God gave women the amazing ability to go through pregnancy, and I think it's incredible. It's such a gift. And I think that sometimes we miss out on what true femininity is about because we base it on outward things, like who's the sexiest, or who has the most expensive clothes, or who has the nicest figure. It's kind of like just a very materialistic, very vain definition of femininity, and then we miss this amazing point that the main thing that makes someone a woman is the ability to be pregnant and bring babies into the world. Like, that is so beautiful. And it's not what makes us a human being, but it's the main thing, I think, that makes someone a woman different from a man, and I think we should understand that. And I think that both genders have their own place, and they complement each other in such a beautiful way. And I find it sad that a lot of women feel like they have to be exactly like men to have the same value as a man, because that's not true. A bee is not any less than a flower because it's different than the flower. But the flower and the bee complement each other. The bee pollinates the flower, and the flower provides food for the bee. If they tried to be like the flower, nature would be out of balance. And I think a lot in our society today is missing this beauty that comes with how both genders can complement each other. And I think because the differences in the genders have been misused to mistreat women. I think because it's been misused, I think that when you say that men and women have a different role, I think it comes off as misogynistic, or you're inherently saying that the woman's place is lesser somehow. I think that, even if you're not misusing it, I think that people are hearing it that way just because it's been, used to put women down, which is so, so flawed. I think that we should realize how much of a gift it is to be born female, and there's so much social pressure to be feminine in a counterfeit way. Like I said earlier, obsession with fancy clothes, makeup, shaving. And I'm not saying these things are wrong. Like, if you like to be fashionable or shave your legs or wear makeup, ladies, I'm not saying that you're wrong. What I'm saying is that the pressure that society puts on women to follow these trends, I think that's what's wrong. And sadly, social pressure can influence many of us not to question it. Like, for example, if we see a woman with unshaved legs, the first thing many of us will do is just judge her. Assume that she's unhygienic, that she doesn't care about her physical appearance, maybe even assume that she's masculine. But why associate body hair with masculinity when it grows naturally on both genders? Why do we have that in our minds? I understand that, beards would be masculine, but, if a woman hasn't shaved her legs, how could we make the assumption that she's not feminine and that she's masculine? And I think it's because so many of us have a backwards view of what femininity is about. I mean, the woman I described in my hypothetical scenario, she could be the most feminine woman ever by nature, and we'd miss that because she doesn't do something that's not natural and only defines her outward appearance. And we associate women who don't shave with feminism. Since when is being natural feminism? Women's body hair is political. It's just crazy that, Can't you see how backwards this mentality is? If a guy doesn't shave his legs, we don't think anything of it. You know, he's completely normal. But if a woman doesn't, she's considered unfeminine, unhygienic, gross. It's like, stop, people. Look to who someone is on the inside. Don't miss who someone really is as a person because of outward things. And another would be makeup, as I said earlier. If a woman doesn't wear makeup, she's likely the odd one out. And it's assumed that she's a tomboy. And it's quite sad. I don't use makeup, and I'm happy to honor my natural beauty. And I just like to honor the body that God gave me by being modest and eating healthy. And I find that's important to me. And I think another thing is, a lot of times, sadly, women have been neglected and sexually abused in childhood, and then they get into the sex industry and are unloved so much, they start to feel that sex is their only worth, and it just breaks my heart to hear that. If only they knew how much value they have beyond their body, if only they knew that. And it's so sad they feel the need to throw their body away. I mean, one guy I know told me that he once met a prostitute, and she expected him to want her for sex like all the other men she met. But he told her that he really respected her and didn't want her for this. And he hugged her and consoled her, and she was so moved by his kindness, she just quit her job. And for any men watching, this is the kind of respect you should be giving to women. When you hook up with a prostitute, or you look up porn videos of hot girls, you're defiling a woman with value, a human being. And she got off track somewhere in life, likely because of hurt or sexual abuse, and you're encouraging a lifestyle that is hurting the soul even more. And I think that men need to love and respect women, and this is something I do believe God called men to do. And ladies, if you feel that your value is just in your body, that is so far from the truth. I'm telling you, God created you with a purpose. I mean that. I really do. Don't believe these lies. So yes, femininity is really defined by character. Let's stop making it about artificial, outward things. And respect women for the gift they have of real femininity and their beautiful ability to go through pregnancy and bring new life into this world.